First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Set 18 Gator.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Look at me. Zipper.
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Yeah.
Mike, 50 cents.
Hey, wahoo! Stop.
Looking to throw on second down. Arnold. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Let's go now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second down, this is Jackson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Arnold. Steps away to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Say.
61, matchbox, lights. Ready.
2nd and 5. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Team spill.
Back to throw. Arnold. Open man. Once again, it's Thielen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain there of 21 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Ready, break.
51 to mine. It's our time. It's our time.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Arnold toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 4. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 4 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
We got this.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
54. Mike 54. Run. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Deep grip. Deep grip.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over
Good work. Let's go.
at
Let's
their
go.
own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw. Arnold. Complete. Smith has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Come on, set.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Whip. Watch the whip.
Yep.
I got him. On me.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, Echo. Ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Arnold. And Diggs has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Set. 90, Wolf.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On the ready.
Mike 51.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Arnold. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Back to throw. Arnold, he's going to let it go deep for the, and that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown.
Let's bring it.
Touchdown.
Stephon Diggs with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, It's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's get this, get this.
Hey!
Ringo. Mike spot 4, Mike spot.
Now!
On the ground, this is Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's go.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
55's Mike, guys, 55. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Speed trip!
From the gun, Hartman. Throwing deep for Galladay. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Arnold. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 22. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they're throwing it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. Back to throw. Arnold. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On first down, Jackson. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Looking to throw. Arnold. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. The quick slant caught. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Operating from the gun, Arnold. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
It's a game of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Johnson. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 20 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
Here here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown.
And a loose football. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 6. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Oh, daddy, baby, let's go. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down, Minnesota.
This quarterback now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Arnold. And this one complete to Smith. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down, Minnesota.
On 1st and 10, Arnold. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys, I call it the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
To throw again, Arnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hartman, screenplay, Johnson. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Complete to carry on Johnson. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go. Under you draw quarter. 10. Now.
They'll run it with Johnson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porter.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again, Arnold, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fights through one man. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
To throw on 3rd down, Hartman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. Arnold letting one go deep for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Adam Thielen with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Now for the point after. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Lions 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Hartman. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd down, Anthony. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
6-6. Pull it high. 54. Hey, high 7. 54. Watch 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Ready.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
On 1st down, Hartman. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Second time, defense, let's go. Under crunch. Check. Let go.
Again, it's Johnson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Ready to break. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Protein spill. Let's go one more. Slam. Snap.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Let's go.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Arnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Arnold lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On the run, this is Jackson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jackson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Johnson shoves him away. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
218, chopper.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch the edge. Let's go.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak. Switch. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, Hartman. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Hartman. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hartman. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Back to throw. Hartman. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Arnold. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Arnold. He's got Smith here. The 20. There he goes left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 1. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
Hey, echo.
Mike's 54.
Operating from the gun. Hartman throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Foxtrot.
On 3rd down, Hartman. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Check the hot read. Back. Check. Crunch.
5.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. 6-6. Pull it high.
Check. Shoot.
They'll try the left side. Anthony. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check pass.
49.
Now Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Ready. 70, Indy. 61, Matchbox Lights.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Johnson, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with time running out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2.
Protein spill.
He's checking. Crash. Check. Check 13.
54's Mike. Check. Watch. Go.
Squeeze down the left. Mike's by 4.
Ready.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
42, Lions 41.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit,